Teachers who have been teaching for 30+ years. Have y'all noticed any trends or shifts in kids' behavior in the classroom throughout the years? Kids used to do the Charleston. Now they do the floss. 30+ years teaching high school here. Two big things I have seen. 1. Cell phone addiction is very real. Kids can't stay away from their phones for more than a few minutes. 2. Instead of trying to learn the material, they simply want to Google answers online. I taught chemistry, biology and physics. Caught 3 students cheating on a chemistry test trying to Google answers. Been teaching for 8 years. But even within the last 5 years I've noticed kids' attention spans are dwindling even more than the normal amount. And it's all because of smartphones. All of class time is spent on their phones. If you ask them to put him away, they won't. Asking them to put it on your desk is like asking them to give up breathing. High schoolers will literally have temper tantrums because you won't let them be on their phones. Trying to give a lecture is like talking to brick walls since they just sit on their phones. Trying to get him to do a think, pair, share is impossible since they have no social skills from being on their phones all day. My school doesn't have a cell phone policy, so it's up to the teacher to enforce their own policy. I've basically given up on the fight. If their parents are going to send them to school with a smartphone thinking that they'll be responsible with it, then I'm not going to try to enforce it. They're straight up addicted and it's harming their mental health, social skills, and personal growth. Either send them to school with a flip phone so you can still communicate with them, or accept the fact that your kid will have their education ruined by a smartphone. I'm glad I still have some responsible and motivated students who want to do well. But I feel that number is getting smaller every year. I am a teacher. I haven't been at it for 30 years, but I have colleagues who have been, and here's what they say. If they tried to give their honors classes today the work lessons they used to give their regular classes a few decades ago, most of the kids would fail. This is a pretty common refrain. Another thing is exasperation at behavior. We have one teacher who has retired a couple of times but keeps coming back because she just loves teaching so much. And in the last couple years she has really started expressing sadness about the kids' disrespect, inconsideration, etc. One more anecdote. A teacher recently shared with me their old grade performance rubric from the 90s and wow. Suffice it to say that the A and even the B and C expectations were a lot more rigorous than what I feel like I can reasonably expect in my classes. Today, not a teacher but one of my teachers retired because of the shift in her interactions with parents. Apparently, parents today are pressuring teachers to change their kids' grades and to give more breaks to kids. Essentially, parents aren't holding their kids accountable for their actions and expecting teachers to turn a blind eye to bad behaviors, laziness, and failures. As someone who just graduated high school a few years ago, I really wish I went to school before smartphones. It made me so sad to realize how few memories I have from school because anytime there was downtime, I just went on my phone as opposed to, talking to the people around me. And because I didn't know anyone from class 1, didn't know anyone outside of class, and so after school I would just scroll on my phone more. I feel like it's only gotten worse as it causing me to fail all my uni classes right now. But whenever I put my phone down, the thoughts about how bad what I'm doing is flood in, so I instinctively go on my phone to avoid thinking about them. I hate my phone but I need my phone. Teacher for 20 years. can confirm that parental expectations are way lower. Previously, a kid in trouble at school got in trouble at home. 2. When a behavior issue happened, parents would apologize and address the issue with their kid. Now, the kid is always believed over the teacher. We get accusations and excuses rather than apologies. And A is an entitlement regardless of effort. Hands are tied by admin. 2. In some ways, can't expect kids to turn in work on time, no penalties for late work. Give kids a million chances to retest. Retake a class online for full credit even if it only takes a couple of days to work through a computer program. Summer school. Alternative school. Few consequences. That said, 90% of kids are awesome. Compassionate. Hardworking. Eager to please. I have great hope in our collective future. Smile. If you want to get the real answers, post this on our teachers. My roomie's ex-wife is a teacher. A good one too. And she says it's not the kids that are becoming an increasing problem. It's the parents. They're always the problem. But nobody wants to admit it because kids have almost zero hourinies. And they're easy to put the blame on. I've been teaching for over 30 years. The most surprising thing is that the teen pregnancy rate has gone way down.